So off the bat, I gotta let you know that Fitbit is not just a watch. Nah, it's not just a watch. It's not just about counting your steps, counting your calories. It's not just about fitness. Fitbit, folks, Fitbit is a translator. Now, what could they be translating? Fitbit is translating your body into data. Now, I talked about some of this stuff on one of my videos about how AI is coming autonomous. And this is some more autonomous AI that's hidden right under your eyes. So being that Fitbit is translating the human body into data, once something becomes data, it becomes storable. You can be stored. You become predictable. But the ultimate plan, eventually, you become controllable. This is what can happen to data. The human is information. The human is data. Whether a human know that or not, a human is full of information. And the things that we're going to be discussing today is how the human body is quietly being turned into a digital device. And that's happening, folks, one step at a time. Like I was saying at first, when you think about Fitbit, it did seem harmless. Or maybe to you it seems harmless because you don't know what I know. So you wear Fitbit. And like I said, it tracks your steps. And they got Fitbit now tracking your sleep. Some people like to put it on or whatever, have those rings or whatever and put them on when they sleep. So it's going to be tracking your heartbeat. Now ask yourself this. Why does a fitness device, something like Fitbit or any other device, need to be connected to the internet? Remember when I first started, I told y'all that it's called the Internet of Bodies. So what I'm saying is that the moment that you connect a human body to a network, the body becomes a node. So I know a lot of y'all don't know what the word node means, but what a node is in computer language, it's a point at which the lines or a pathway intersect. It's like a central connecting point. That's what a node is. This type of processes are lining up with the central nervous system. So I definitely see the connection with them being able to use fitness devices and you connect them to your body willingly. You willingly connect these things to your body. And what it's doing is translating your body into data. And once you connect to that digital network, your body becomes a node, or it becomes the node, the central part, the connecting point. You're being connected to the computer. So another thing that happens to the body when it's connected to a computer network, in a sense, right? Your heart becomes a sensor. The sleep that you're having, now it becomes a file. And the movement becomes a pattern. They can watch the pattern. Ain't that what the smart watches and the smart devices is about? They even have some that say you should turn it on before you go to sleep so it can capture your movement that you don't realize that you're doing at night. It can capture if you talking in the sleep. It can capture you getting up if you sleepwalk. So the Internet of Body, what it means that your physical functions, they're going to continue to be monitored continuously when you hook up to this thing. Your biological signals, they're going to be digitalized. It'll turn digital. And your data, it can be stored from anywhere. So that means your data can be stored remotely. Think about what I'm saying. This is the time when your body becomes readable by machines. That's what's happening when you connect to the Internet of Body. See, what's happening right under your eyes is that things like Fitbit, this is just the introduction. This the introduction to all this. They prepping you for something bigger. So what this technology is doing is introducing and it's teaching humans to accept all the constant tracking. You know, they want the monitoring to be permanent. They want to monitor you. So by accepting something on your wrist, this is making the process of accepting something inside your body a little bit easier. They seeing that you're willing to take that first step with them. Now I'm going to do something because I'm going to be genuine. And I'm going to talk about 0 and 1. And I'm going to tell you how in computer process, how it copied us. Because we are the true 0 and 1. But dealing with the computer, how it can become a storage bin. It can be something where you store information at. And by the time I get through explaining this, you're going to see it ain't no good thing. Because what it does, ultimately, the 0 and 1 has copied languages. I'm speaking to you naturally. This is my voice. And what I'm saying is that the computer copies us, and it copies us through a series of zeros and ones. And they normally have them in an 8-form category, meaning that it might be 4 zeros and 4 ones, or it could be 2 ones and 6 zeros, or it can be 3 zeros and 5 ones. So you get what I'm saying? Each one, and these numbers can go up into 9 series, 10 series, and so forth. But each one of these, so to speak, bracket of numbers make up a letter that the computer can read. It can process it. So what I'm saying is that, let me break down the word fit first before I get ahead of myself. The word fit means health, or it means strength, or it means wellness, right? The word bit is a computer term. I'm not talking about a bit dealing with a screwdriver. We're talking about a computer. So the word bit is a computer term. Now, guess what the smallest unit of digital information is? I got to be genuine today. Yeah, a bit is a 0 or a 1. And it's a process where they break this 0 and 1 down into a decimal. Now, listen, people, the part that people are overlooking, if you add a E to the word bit, you'll get the word byte. Yeah, add an E to the word bit, B-I-T, and you're going to get the word byte. Now, every bit of data is going to be a byte taken out your life when you upload on the internet a body. I'm telling you beforehand, it's going to bite you when you sleep, in your sleep habits. It's going to bite you in your heart, the way your heart ticks. It's going to bite you there too. It's going to bite you in your stress patterns, and it's going to bite you in your daily routine. So you might as well get ready if you load up on the internet a body, because what it's doing is taking small bites through bits, through the series of zeros and ones, and them small bites add up. Now think about this. The word bit is spelled B-I-T, but it equals 1 byte. A byte is spelled B-Y-T-E. Remember, we're talking about computer language. So bytes become kilobytes. I'm sure y'all heard of kilobytes. And kilobytes become megabytes. So now we got megabytes. They gonna become gigabytes. If you have gigabytes, you have a lot of space. This is where space exists inside the computer. You think space is above you, but it's inside the computer, okay? So megabytes become gigabytes. This is storage talk. Gigabytes become terabytes. Now, if you get a terabyte worth of space, that's a lot of space. That's a lot of storage. That's what space is. It's a storage compartment. So I want to ask y'all this, and I know you probably don't know the answer. How many terabytes does a human life generate? You can Google it right quick. How many terabytes does a human life generate? Do y'all know a year of Fitbit data is not small? That ain't small, man. So if a year of Fitbit data that it's receiving from your body by your own consent is not small, then a decade is massive. Just think if you've been wearing that shit for a decade, messing around with that type of technology, applying it to your body. Now, if you had that technology on you for a lifetime, guess what you will become? You're going to become a complete digital duplicate. You're going to become the copy. See, we getting to a point where it ain't going to even be about who you were at one time. It's going to be about how you behave or how you behaved at one time. And I'm telling y'all this. See, you're told that these digital devices is going to help keep you healthy. This going to help keep you safe. And it also says that it helps the doctors, right? But here's my opinion. I don't know it all, but this is my opinion. I believe that most wearable health data is not as protected like medical records. And you need to think about that, because most wearable health data, it can be analyzed or it can be sold. It can be shared with other companies or people. It can be requested by other companies or different institutes or people. And it also can be repurposed. It can be duplicated. All you got to do is change the name on your product and don't make it exactly like they made it, but it's still the same technology, right? So what I'm saying is that once your body becomes data, you no longer fully own your body. You don't own it no more. So the security thing that they talking about, you know, the protection talk that they're talking about, it becomes an excuse. And it becomes an excuse because surveillance becomes the outcome from all that. They surveillancing you from around you and from the air. So we about to push up into 2030. And I got a lot of other streams that I'm going to be dropping about some of the important things that we going to be up against. And Fitbit is not the final destination. The way I think about Fitbit, I look at Fitbit as a training phase. It's only a training phase at this point. It's way much more to come. So some of the things that's coming next are the smart rings. And these smart rings ain't gonna never come off. And I know some of them are out right now. But listen, in the near future, which will be your present when you get there, smart rings that'll never come off. They got things like smart clothing. And this reads the muscle tension in your body. Yeah, smart clothing. The whole insurance companies is tied to this compliance data because it's going to be a compliance. And jobs are tied to the wellness metrics, meaning that they going to scan you and make sure you're healthy enough before they hire you. And if you've been eating snacks and cookies and chips and you're overweight, then you won't get hired in the coming future. That'll be your present when you get there. Yeah, it'll be your present. Like the past, present, future. When you get there, it'll be your present. So that's why you should be listening up. They got these medical wearables that they ain't gonna never stop transmitting. The wearable is just gonna keep going. You talking about the Energizer Bunny. This digital process is for life. Once you start taking these things in the near future, the technology gonna be like on steroids. It'll just keep transmitting. It'll be perpetual. This is what digital storage is. This is what a digital hell is. Because this is where the information will be held, the digital hell. We already being held on the earth, right? I'm saying HELD. So where does the information, the human, the information, where is it going to be stored at in the near future? I'm trying to tell you, they trying to store you in a storage bin. And this stuff I'm talking about today is going to get you there. So what I'm saying, this ain't about rejecting no health. I think everybody should be healthy. I think you should conversate with your doctor. I think you should seek professional help. I think you should seek certified professional help. So I'm about health. This is not rejecting health. So I want to make a disclaimer. Even listening to me, I want you to make your own decision. This is just to inform you and to inspire you and to think a little bit deeper of the things that are happening in this world at this time. This is not to persuade you to do one or the other. You have to make your own choice. I can't make that for you. But this is not about rejecting health. This is about me asking the question like, who benefits from the permanent access to a human body? Who benefits from that? Who owns the data that's created by your existence? Ain't that strange? Somebody gonna own the data that was created by your existence. What happens when somebody don't want to do it or they want to opt out? Or it's no longer an option to opt out. You know, that's like getting stuck in a computer. I told my son one day, he play a lot of video games on the PlayStation like everybody else, right? And I told him about 10 years ago, son, it's going to be a time where y'all going to be inside the video game. You're going to be able to play 2K inside the video game. But the whole thing is, once you get in there, when the game is over with, you're going to want to get out. And when you see you can't get out, you're going to be knocking on the screen saying, yo, I need to get out. I need to go home. I got to go to work in the morning. You're going to hear a gruesome laugh on the other side of that screen saying, no, little buddy, you here to stay. It's almost like you'll be trapped inside the computer. Your information, folks. And I believe it's a process that you possibly can be trapped inside a computer under the notion of information being transferred through a series of zeros and ones. That's computer language. Listen to me, folks. Fitbit, it ain't just start this. It normalized this shit. It's been normalized. And when you normalize something, you just one step away from taking that full thing. So in closing, I just want to let y'all know that technology, it don't move fast like you think. See, a lot of people think that technology is moving so fast and we're getting there. They don't realize that we've already been there. It's just the veil is being taken off now. So technology, I believe, it don't move fast. Technology move quiet. It moves quietly. It's very sneaky and cunning. So by the time people notice this, like I always say, The system has already made it feel normal. So in the future, y'all, they ain't gonna be asking, do you wanna be connected? They won't be asking that. They gonna be asking shit like, why aren't you connected? Why aren't you connected? That's unlawful. It's very unlawful. You're not connected. Get him. Get her. Oh, you can't run from no Robotoid. You can't run from no Robocop.